Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today, kind of a personal story for me as a fan of Tim Pool, who kind of led me into the commentary realm here on YouTube back in 2018 when I was making changes to the channel because of things that happened in gaming, which maybe I'll get back into at some point here soon. But as you know, the channel originally started as a gaming channel, but not to bury the lead here. From Mediaite, beanie-clad Tim Pool tees up 𝐀𝐦𝐚𝐳𝐨𝐧 to bash media in softball appearance at White House briefing. Now, of course, if you guys aren't familiar with Tim Pool, he is a popular podcaster. He has worked as a professional journalist for many years. Then, of course, he did his own thing, created his own channels. He's got his own entire network, as it were. Timcast.com is where you can find his official branding and website. And, of course, he is known across the entire podcast sphere, even appearing on Joe Rogan, as we see here as well. He's appeared there several times. And so let's get into the story from Mediaite. So podcaster Tim Pool was invited to Tuesday's White House briefing and used his time in the new media seat to bash the media for its portrayal of Kilmar Abgrego Garcia. Abgrego Garcia, the Salvadorian man who was taken from his home in Maryland to the maximum security prison, 𝐀𝐻𝐻𝐿, in his home country, because he's from there, not from Maryland, has been at the center of a national debate since his arrest. Opinions on his deportation have mostly fallen along party lines, with Democrats urging for his return to the U.S. and Republicans vowing to never bring him back. Well, actually, it's up to 𝐀𝐦𝐚𝐳𝐨𝐧 there, the president of El Salvador. President Donald Trump's administration admitted that he was deported in error, but Trump officials continue to stand by the decision, with claims that Abgrego Garcia is a member of the gang MS-13. At the time of writing, the truth of those allegations remain unclear, and Abgrego Garcia legal representation denied it. Okay, so this isn't really to get into the Abgrego Garcia mode here, but to kind of highlight Tim. So it was really kind of nice to see him there. Very glad, because, of course, as you know, here on the BuzWeaver channel, we take the difficult, we take the complicated, we take the tumult, we take the confusion. Tim does the very same thing by outlining the framework of what the media does, because he worked in media for many years and even traveled overseas. He worked for various outlets. I don't want to go into them all because I don't want to miss one and get one wrong. But you can certainly look any of Tim's stuff up that you want to. You can always find him on YouTube under Timcast. Of course, you'll have his Timcast IRL and after shows and stuff that he has also on his podcast from timcast.com. But let's go ahead and listen to how that played out today.
Enjoying your rest. All right, let's get to it. We have an individual in our new media seat today. His name is Tim Pool. He's a political commentator and a media entrepreneur with millions of followers, a very big platform. Currently hosts Timcast IRL, a daily news and discussions show, and The Culture War, a weekly podcast exploring cultural and political issues. His programs feature in-depth conversations on topics such as free speech, censorship, identity politics, and societal change, often engaging with a diverse range of guests. He's in Washington today because we are also hosting a local media row across the street in the Eisenhower building, which is a testament to our commitment to bring new voices into the White House to cover the president and this administration. So, Tim, why don't you kick us off today?
Yes. Many of the news organizations that are represented in this room have marched in lockstep on false narratives, such as the Very Fine People hoax, the Covington smear, and now what's being called the Maryland Man hoax, where an MS-13 gang member adjudicated by two different judges, I believe, is just simply being referred to as a Maryland Man over and over again. Now, in an effort from the White House to expand access to new companies, you've created this new media seat. So I'm wondering if you can comment on following this expansion, you've had numerous outlets disparage the companies that you've had sit here, as well as the reporters. I'm wondering if you could comment on that unprofessional behavior, as well as elaborate if there's any plans to expand access to new companies.
Sure. Well, we certainly welcome diverse viewpoints in this room, which is one of the reasons we have you in here, and there's many new faces in this room in comparison to the previous administrations. We want to welcome all viewpoints into this room. We welcome unbiased journalists who really care about the truth and the facts and the accuracy, and you rightfully pointed out the Maryland Man story, which I, from this podium, when The Atlantic published it, on that very first day, I came to this podium and said, this is wrong. The press in this room have this story wrong, and we have seen more and more evidence arguments come to the table that we have had all along. We were always right. The president was always on the right side of this issue to deport this illegal criminal from our community. And it is despicable to see the media continue to refer to this individual as someone who is just a peaceful man living his life in Maryland. This was and always has been an illegal criminal, an MS-13 gang member, and a designated foreign terrorist, and the administration maintains our position to deport these individuals from our community. So thank you for being here, Tim. It's great.
Now, of course, Tim could have elaborated. He could have waxed for another 10 minutes about that, but I'm grateful that he had the opportunity to be there today. And, of course, all of the detractors are going to be here on X to give him a hard time and or support Tim in either way. But I welcome your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. Do you watch Tim Pool on any regular basis? Do you watch his podcast? Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to always watch each and every one of his podcasts because they're like 2 hours long and so forth. But, yeah, you can certainly check Tim out here on YouTube, as well as going to timcast.com to check out his content, his podcasting. But it's great to see that he had an opportunity to be there today to ask that question. And, of course, he could have gone well into that question and elaborated far better. But, of course, he has limited time, and he didn't want to take up too much of his time with the questions because you know how they often frame those statements in a form of a question, which was kind of what he was doing himself there. But, yeah, let me know down in the comment section if you have been watching Timcast for any period of time. Let me know how long that has been. And, of course, how long you've been watching here. Of course, here on the BuzWeaver channel, because we cover similar content as a commentary. And now I'm not a professional journalist in any way, shape, or form, but I try to bring you stories and information based on, you know, what's out there, and then try to bring some coherence to it because of the way the media tries to present their narratives and so forth. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for all of you guys on New Tech, BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, and TikTok for your guys' continued support. You've been amazing. Thank you. Of course, you can help out the channel. I have some my affiliate links down below, Amazon, as well as Trust Zone. Those are my two favorites. But, of course, liking and sharing the content helps out tremendously. Believe me, the likes and the comments make a difference, which is why you now see one of the fly-ins that I have there as well, because of the way YouTube is working. It's really, really bizarre. But it is nice to see that things are growing as well on New Tech sites. But thank you so much. Appearing there on the screen for all of you guys watching on YouTube specifically, that would be the channel icon, as well as you guys can click on that to subscribe and select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.